Yes, you read that title. This is the first episode of me and my dad's spearfishing trip to Zululand, South Africa. By far the craziest bit of footage I've ever got. Craziest thing on my channel so far. Hope you enjoy. In this series, we fight off big sharks and spear massive wahoos. Me and my dad both spearing our new biggest fish. We started off the morning with a pretty gnarly surf launch, which unfortunately I couldn't get on camera. And yeah, it was a wet and rainy morning, but the water was clear, so we hopped in and it was also very fishy. So I'm not too sure, but I think just as I hopped in, I might have seen a tiger shark in the distance. It definitely took us a moment to take everything in and adjust because we haven't dove in quite a while, and also this is not conditions that we're used to. If you watched my Stroospaai video, you'll know what a flasher is, that dangly, flashy thing to attract fish to spear. And here, a school of big-eyed trevally, come and check it out. I was still trying to take in everything. I was not ready for something to happen now. And then the first school of wahoos came past me. And I missed it by pretty far. That fish was too far away from me, and it can be really hard in blue water when you have nothing else to gauge your distance with a fish, so it takes some getting used to. There are still some wahoos around me and a bull shark comes in, and I'm just frantically trying to get my gun loaded again.
Hey, kan jy goed vinnig vir my laai? Wat op die surface was? Laat het my asseblief.
The first day I was using a 1.3 meter rail gun, which was pretty hard to load for me, so my dad had to help me. But the second and the third day I'll just use the 1.2 roller and that was fine. Obviously he had to use both hands to load it, so I was holding my dad's very much loaded spear gun in my hand, and then the school of wahoos passed me. With my dad's gun in my hands, I laid very still and waited for them to approach me, and bam. I managed to put in an okay shot, not through the head, more like through the cheek, but it seemed to have stunned the fish somewhat. I just love watching that clip though, it's really satisfying. My dad swam down to put in a second shot and it just seemed to wake him up because from there it was just chaos. The wahoo is, after all, after the sailfish, the fastest fish in the ocean. There, my gun is taken down, but it's okay, it's connected to a buoy with a rope. And we need to try and get untangled out of these lines because a fish like this can drown you, and also if a shark grabs the fish, drowned. The fish dove very deep and I started chasing my buoy to get it. For the next 5 minutes it was just about us chasing the fish and trying to get some line in, but no. And then all of a sudden you're about to see right here, the wahoo is basically right at our hands, so close. My GoPro angle is weird, but the wahoo just kind of took off again, and then everything almost went wrong when a big bull shark just grabbed our gear in its mouth and dove straight down. Here you can see the shark approaching, and then what happens next is just crazy. And there you can clearly see the shark with a mouthful of our gear obviously trying to get to the fish. My heart started to sink as I watched my buoy get ripped away, down and down and down, until eventually it just disappeared beneath us. That's how far down it dragged. There you can just still make out the yellow dot, and right about there it just disappears. And I am so scared because I thought I just lost all of my gear to the shark. Everything is made so much scarier by the fact that me and my dad both didn't have any form of guns or stuff in our hands, so if any sharks would swim up to us right now, we would only be able to put our bare hands in between us and the shark. I remember watching the shark getting super tangled in all of the lines, and I think eventually it just left because, to our utter surprise, we managed to pull up a fully intact WAHOO.
Vra vir nog 'n gun, so dit is 'n guns kan hy kan weghou.
After pulling some more, I could see the spear gun coming towards me, so the fish was close. Yes, even though we had a massive mess of ropes, I was so happy to get my first ever WAHOO and get it past that big bull shark.
En dis dit. Wat is dit? Hier is oral. Wow. It
took us quite some time on the boat to untangle all of that line, but it was worth it.
Dis 'n bullshark geweest, 'n massiewe een.
Ja, ek weet daar's een wat die flashers ook het skryf, dis 'n flashing of wat wel.
Wat?
Oh, okay. Ek dink ook met sy pyl weer, né? Want jy kan my pyl.
Maar ek het al ding seer gemaak.
The line on the one spear gun was so bitten up it was unusable. Thankfully though we had extra lines, so just check at that teeth marks on my rope. Crazy stuff. So we got back in the water and I saw the school of WAHOOs again. And instead of trying to spear one, I'd rather signal to my dad so he could have a shot at one, because I still kind of felt bad for taking his gun. He did hit it, but unfortunately it tore out. When shooting WAHOO, the best spot to aim is right almost by the tail between the back two pectoral fins, because it's the least likely to tear out.
Maar die boot, ek weet die boot is geoptel.
So then my dad managed to spear a very nice wahoo. There you can see him loading it up on the boat.
Dis is maar movies een. Papa ha.
So now forward a little bit, I saw some wahoo off camera that I couldn't get a shot on, and now my dad has gotten his spear into another one.
Pa, met dat second shot op die haai weggaan met die gun.
So when the shark bit my line, it stretched it out a little bit, which resulted in me having to have my line loose like that, which was super annoying, and I'm sure it caused me to miss a few ones. And then not quite what I want to see, there you can see in frame the wahoo and a nice bull shark right on his trail. And then all of a sudden, a nice wahoo pulls up on my side. And then I missed a really big one. And also, what the hell happened there? I'm really not sure. It seemed like, well, it did turn his head just before I shot, but I think there were two right behind each other. Very strange. I'm very happy with how this day turned out, but this is however only the start. The real crazy videos are all still coming, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. I do hope you all enjoyed this video, but for now that is all, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!